Okay guys, now that I've used the iPhone 5 for a few days, I wanted to give you my takes on it. Okay, to get started, this isn't gonna be, I guess it's a review, but it's just my thoughts compared. I had the iPhone 4S before this, and I wanted to show like what I think about it, like should you upgrade, should you not upgrade, or such like that. To get started, I already got this case. I got this like $6 off Amazon. I had to have a case because I already saw rumors and stuff that I can't even get the case off, that the back of this plate on the black one especially scratches really easily, the aluminum, and I already have a little scratch. You can see it. I don't know if you can see the flake right at the tip of my fingernail there. And I kept the plastic on the back for like 2 days until I got this case, so I don't really have any scratches. I have that tiny one there, and it came out of the box with this tiny one here. It's nothing really to complain about because I guess it's nothing really I can do to stop that. Overall design of the phone, I don't think any other phone out can compare to Apple when it comes to the design. Because this is incredibly industrial, like very nice. There's like no mistakes anywhere. It's really awesome. Weight, yes, it's very light, 4 ounces. I wish they would put it in between what they have now for the weight and what the iPhone 4S was, because it's it feels too light, put it that way. A lot of people have had that complaint. I kind of have it too. If you're using it like this, it's too light. With the case, it's about right. A little bit, because I'm used to a battery case anyways. It was really heavy, over twice as heavy as this. That could be why it makes it even lighter for me. But I think like a half an ounce heavier than what this is would be good, if that's even possible, since the back's now made out of aluminum. To keep on going, overall I really like this phone. A few minor complaints I have, headphone jack. I haven't used it much, but I feel like it was more convenient to have it on top. If you put your phone in your pocket and your headphone jack comes out the top here, I feel like it's more convenient that way versus on the bottom. Then if you want to play a game, your headphone jack's in the way now. I guess if you put it like this, it's up in this corner now, which could be what they were planning on. You just turn it around and you game like this, or whatever, or watch a movie upside down. It's not like you can't flip it over, and it should work the same. The lightning port, I really like a lot. I like that you don't have to like know what way it goes in. It's reversible. I really had no other accessories to speak of that needed the cable, the old 20-pin cable, so it wasn't a big deal for me. I like this. I'll just have to get some more cables once they come out with generic ones, because I'm not paying $10 for a cable. I just need them to charge. Speaker is noticeably louder on this. The microphones are very good. This noise canceling seemed to work. My mom said it was clearer than the 4S when I talked to her on it. The camera right here is very clear, noticeably sharper. I was surprised, even with like a plastic film on the back when I was using it there, it was noticeably sharper than the 4S. Same 8 megapixels, flash, same I guess, but also much better low light performance, as you've probably seen in other reviews and such. The camera is quite improved over the 4S, which I'm impressed. Now, it's still, in my opinion, not as good as a point and shoot, but for something you always have with you, typically your phone, it's a very good alternative. To get around to it, it seems like compared to the 4S, this could just be, I had a weird 4S model. These buttons are they're more solid. The sleep button, or whatever you call it, is about the same, but like it seems like the power button and the volume keys are more solid. I don't know if that's just something to do about it, but everything else is very good on this. By the way, I have the Verizon 32 gig model. I had a 64 gig, but I kind of cut down on space and stuff to figure out how to, I guess my movie cut off, but I had the 32 gig, I have 8 gigs free now, so I have like no issues there. With the extra row icons, I can only have 2 pages, and you see like all my folders are like full. So I had my 4S jailbroken. I'm gonna do a comparison of that, and I had the 5 icons. The things I missed mostly with the jailbreak, mainly 5 icon dock down here. Folders now, I'm pretty sure are bigger. I'm not 100% sure. They seem like they can hold more applications than non-jailbreak, but I had a unlimited folders a mod, so I can have whatever I want in the folders. Get rid of stuff like newsstand I won't use. I wish you could at least put it into a folder, and you can't do, and that's annoying. Some a few other things, and stuff like that. iOS 6 overall is pretty good. Maps, where I am in North Carolina, Google, the images are better than Google Maps for sure, but functionality seemed to work. I mean, I messed around with it. It seemed fairly accurate, so I don't see any issues here. I'm sure they don't have like smaller street names. Like there's some pretty remote areas around here. I'm sure they don't have that. I haven't tested that yet, but I guess it depends on where you live. They get down to performance. That's a big deal. I mostly got this for the hardware upgrades and such like that. 4-inch screen, I wanted that. 3.5 inch is getting old. I had a Droid X before, so I had a 4.3-inch screen, and the big difference between a 4.3 and 3.5-inch screen. So I mean, it was fine because this was the Droid X wasn't a Retina display, so it was a noticeable difference in quality. But this is a very good quality screen, as what DisplayMate, I forgot what the site was, but they did a comparison between this, the iPhone 4, and the Galaxy S3, and this has, I guess, the best screen of any phone out right now, and it definitely is an improvement over the 4S that I can see for sure. Like, everything looks more natural, I guess, and such like that. Let's get on the battery life. As you can see, 96% here. I've been messing around. Unplugged it at 7:30 this morning, and it's at 96%. I've checked email, texted a few times, did other things this morning on it, and 404% drain. The battery life is quite good. It's way, from what I've had, way better than the 4S. The 4S was able to get me through a day, yeah. But this, like, the lowest I've got after a full day is, like, I used it a lot in my friend's room and everywhere around, and I got down to 67% or something. My time is like 8:30 in the morning. I unplugged it, and I didn't plug it back in until midnight, and I used it quite a bit. So the battery life is very impressive. LTE was on. I used Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi for most things. It connects eventually to my school's Wi-Fi network, but I mean, it's not like you wouldn't normally have that, so Wi-Fi is always on as well. I have Bluetooth off. I've had some tweaks around here and there, but battery life is excellent. I'm used to having a battery case on my 4S. I got that specifically because I wanted a full day's like heavy hard use, and I didn't want a chance of going dead. I've used that a couple times. I had the battery case go dead and the phone go dead. Typically the battery case would go dead right at the end of the day, and I would only use a couple percent of the iPhone, its battery life, and that was really good. So I just charged it up at night and everything was all good. But this, it seems like if I really tried, I could go up to 3 days on battery on this if I didn't use it too much in between class. But I check my email, check Facebook, check Twitter, play Words with Friends, do other things. So it's unlikely 3 days will ever happen. 2 if you're lucky, but it's best just to charge it every day at night anyway. Wireless performance, oh gosh. Wi-Fi, that's, I guess, a little. I've heard people says it's really improved, some people says it's worse. Well, let's do a speed test real quick on our Wi-Fi network. see if it's faster than normal. It's not the fastest Wi-Fi network here at school. Yeah, 2. I think the highest I got was like 8. This is midday, so the network's pretty stressed right now. But this is our Wi-Fi school. I really don't tell a difference between that. And I use Wi-Fi now mostly because I got downgraded 2 gigabytes from my unlimited. I did that because the last month I used mostly Wi-Fi in my 4S, and I used 250 megabytes of data because I'm using Wi-Fi all the time. I never use data, and so I never had a reason. The last time I used over 2 gigabytes was 1 month this summer. I'm still have it to where every gigabyte over is just $10, and it was a lot cheaper for me to get the subsidized iPhone for $350 versus paying $750 or more to get the unsubsidized one. So I could go like a year of going over data every single month and still be less than if I just bought the iPhone separate, which is not going to happen. Now that I turned off Wi-Fi, I'll do a quick LTE test. This is kind of skewed because our cell phone tower is like literally like probably 500 feet out the window right there for LTE. It's one of the cell phone towers. They just added it this spring. So it's kind of a skewed test. But typically around campus you will get about this speed. We're in a brick building, so it's probably because of that. But the fastest I got outside, like probably 1,500 feet away from the cell phone tower, was I got up to 39 down and like 30 something up. It's really fast. And that was Friday, I guess, before most people probably got their iPhones. So now I'm sure there's a lot more people at the 5 here, and they just actually like this month enabled 4G here. So I guess they were planning on the iPhone load and everything else. And it's nice that they have more people on 4G now because it helps with the 3G network and such like that. Let's get to the front-facing camera. Just go there. It's camera is nicer. I think what I noticed, it has better exposure control. Like you can click on the bright area here, and it darkens down everything else. You can see that in the camera. And then you have the front-facing camera. You can see me and my camera right there. It's noticeably better. The 720p versus VGA. The photos definitely look better. Better exposure. I wish you could still focus. Maybe one day they'll have the option. They can get a small enough lens built into that where the front camera can focus too. I could always hope. My opinion, I wish they would make the phone thicker, bigger battery life, better camera. I mean, it doesn't need to be this thin unless they assume people putting cases on it and it's about the right thickness when you put a case on it. So I mean, that's all I could say. I would still rather have it thicker, like the iPhone 4S thick, and have like 50% better battery. I mean, you can use it all day long. You'll be at like 50%. Like there's no way you're gonna run out of battery life. So I could use a normal case instead of. I'm probably gonna get a battery case with this one too when those are released. But as for that, that's about it. As for speed improvements, the A6, huge speed increases. It says about whatever the Geekbench or whatever that benchmark was. I think it was 600 and something for the 4S, and this was like, or is it 800? Not quite sure. It was over twice as fast. Put it that way. It's like 1600 for this and like 800 or 700 for the 4S. So it's just over twice as fast, and that's noticeable. Applications, I'll do a side-by-side video later. Applications load quicker. Web pages load a lot quicker. I don't know if I have anything else. Just load up Apple site. It's gonna be a mobile one, but as you can see, it loads up very quick. Just a mobile app here. Actually, that could be the full site because it doesn't say mobile on here. But everything loads up very quick, and that's very noticeable. Overall, I think it's a very good upgrade over the 4S. Some people argue otherwise. I argue yes, it's a very good upgrade. It's noticeably faster, the camera is noticeably sharper, the 4G LTE is unparalleled, like night and day faster compared to 3G. It's just a very good upgrade, I think, overall. And for me, I'm not actually losing any money on this. I used my dad's upgrade from our plan. I got this $350 for the 32 gig black version, and I got my 4S. It's a 64 gigabyte, and it should go for. I'm gonna trade it into Amazon for a gift card for Amazon, and that's gonna give me $400 to spend on Amazon. So it's like, yeah, I'm losing 32 gigs of capacity, but I don't really need that capacity, and I'm gaining $50 extra in Amazon gift card money. So it's a win. It's a win-win for me. Like, I get a better phone, plus I'm getting $50 or something for Amazon that I'm gonna spend money at Amazon eventually anyway. So to me, I'm not losing anything. If I put it on eBay, it might sell for 400, and once you put in fees, I might get 300 out of it. So it's like I'm getting $100 extra. Plus, I still have my battery case to sale, and that might go for like $25, $30 or something. So I can get money out of that as well. So it's like no big deal for me and everything like that. If you have any questions, please comment below. I don't know if I missed anything, but I'm probably dead. This isn't professional review. It's just my thoughts. Like, how do you think? Think about it. Everything like that. If you want to know, so you don't have a fight if you've watched this far, I'm not biased towards Apple. I'm not an Apple fanboy. This is my only Apple product. The reason I like this over Android: 1, iCloud, 2, the software, 3, battery life. Just so many advantages of Apple. The thing Apple has that it always seems to be true: it just works. You turn it on and it just works. There's nothing to like to fix, nothing to like mess around with settings. Like, it will just work, and that's what I like about Apple. Android can do everything the same thing. Galaxy S3, my friend has it, insanely good phone. It's fast and big screens, very nice looking. It's like just about the same screen quality as this. This has it beat in a few areas, and the Galaxy S3 has this screen beat in a few areas. But I mean, it all depends on like size. It fits good in your hand. The Galaxy S3 might be kind of big. I mean, it's personal preference. Like, I just want a phone that works. I don't want to mess with it. Rooting it was too much of a pain. Jailbreaking does everything a root can do, and everything else. So it's like, I will just wait for Jailbreak to come out 6 months from now, whenever it comes out, for an untethered one, and I will get that. Like I said, if you have any questions, please comment below, and thanks for watching.